Hi, my name is Sam Joy. I'm going to create an awareness video about phishing attacks and why hackers using phishing attack, because it's an easy way to steal user credentials or personal information of user by sending a suspicious link through email, direct messages, or using social medias like Facebook, Instagram. And what's the real impact is the link, mail, or content of the website look like real, but actually it's fake or cloned by hackers. So that's the real one you should understand. And here I will show you in live demonstration video to better understanding. And I have used social engineering toolkit to generate a cloned twitter.com page, which is a login page of Twitter. And I have created the clone page and I have hosted it in this particular IP address, that is Kali Linux IP address, and I have hosted in Kali Linux. Okay, and to access this clone page, what should I do? Copy this and paste it in browser. See a clone page of Twitter which I have generated. And what should I do now is send this clone page to victim, and you can't directly send this IP address alone because victim can easily identify this is a malicious one. So what I done here is I look for link shortener. It's one of the method to trick user, and here I will use bit.ly.com, a common URL shortener. Here I have already shortened this link for this IP address. Okay, now what should I do to send this link to victim? See here, if I paste here, it directly goes to this IP address which I hosted in Kali Linux, and I should send this link, right? So copy this and select the victim and paste the link here. And I can't send the link alone because user will not accept the link, right? So what should I do? Like type trick messages. Like here, what I done is need help during COVID-19. Hope you are all doing well. I'm glad to help the people who need help during COVID-19. So please go to the Twitter profile and DM me. If you don't want this, at least share the Twitter post to people who need help. So like this, you can trick the victim. So I send this mail to victim, and this is an attacker. It sent suspicious link to victim, and this is a victim browser. Here I have logged into Twitter account. See here, I have logged into my Twitter account and check the mail. You will receive a mail from attacker which I have sent now. This mail. See here, mail has arrived and it's look like legitimate. See here and see the link. You can't judge the link. See here, if you click the link, attacker is listening you, right? When you click the link, attacker will receive your password and your Gmail ID. See, attacker is listening. When user clicks, victim clicks. See this, it direct into Twitter cloned page. See here, I have logged in. Then why it's asking me username and password? Because it's a clone page. If user doesn't know, he will enter the password like this. For demonstration, I using these credentials. See here, when victim enters, it will be listened by attacker. This is attacker machine. When I victim click this, see here what's happening here. See here, it normally deduct to victim's normal Twitter account. It's already logged in. But what attacker received here? Attacker received victim's Gmail ID and victim's passwords. See here. So that is why victim is vulnerable to this attacks. So how should you analyze the link and how to detect the link which is real or fake? It's just simple. Go to just visit virustotal.com, and it's an online service that analyzes your file, your URL, which is suspicious or not. It will analyze and give you a result. Why? Why? Because it has 30 plus antivirus search engine and website scanner. So 80% of cybersecurity specialists recommend this virustotal.com. Okay, let's check and copy the URL and just paste it here and see the result. What result you get? See here, it's saying phishing. And why cybersecurity specialists have 80% of recommendation depends on this, because it has more than 30% antivirus search engine and website scanner. See here, so at least one will detect it, so we can trust this one, and we can easily identify. And once you any Twitter link, see here, take any Twitter link, see is copy the link and paste whether it is vulnerable or not. Sometimes you get the answer all or safe. See here, it's analyzing this URL. Okay, see here, this is the URL, actual URL, but see here all look fine. And the main thing, you should check the final URL, where the URL is going and where is it's fetch website from this URL. See here, this is the actual website, but the link should look like this. So you should know what is the final URL, right? For example, I will show one thing, one famous attack. See here, even Twitter employees gets vulnerable to spear phishing attack. See here, even Twitter employees. So I'll show what is spear phishing attack. It's nothing. It identifies an individual and researches the victim and sends the email. So that's the spear phishing attack. Okay, the main difference between spear phishing and phishing is, phishing, they will randomly send people. They will not identify particular people and research the particular people. They will randomly send 100 to 500 messages to people, different peoples. But spear phishing is targeting a particular employees. So that's what happened in Twitter also. See here, they are they have targeted a small number of employees through a phone spear phishing attack. Even they got access to the internal system by using a small attack. This is a small attack. They got how many profiles? More than, see here, targeted 45 has been sent by attackers. See here, 36 the number of attack where the attacker took control of account. So even Twitter employees get vulnerable. So you should be careful. And I also reported something. See, in Twitter page they said potential harmful URL, if detected, it will be, so it will pop up these messages. So when I send them report, they have marked as informative. See here, Twitter mentions clicking on potential harmful URL, you will make it a pop-up like this: warning, this link may be unsafe. But I have bypassed this one and sent a report to twitter.com on August 28th. And what they replied, see here: a website may change without warning and make it difficult for us to complete remediation this behavior. So the only way to mitigate from this issue, which means phishing, to protect ourselves, to analyze a link in virustotal.com is enough for user to judge a URL or a file. And a better way to avoid this phishing attack is to avoid the link clicking which is not associated with you. For example, you know, right, a user know whether it is important link or not. So so if user even doubt for this link, you can go for virustotal.com and analyze the link and you'll get a result. So spending 2 minutes can mitigate from this issue. So, and why I said 100% secure software is impossible, because a normal way of process is create a software will be released and bugs are reported, and company gets worked on it and release a patch for a new releases new version. So in also a new version, a bug has to be found, and there is no end for this process. And for example, Facebook spending millions of dollars for security per year, even they found bug on that, right? So responsible people will report and hackers will exploit. And think of them, right? Facebook even the situation, but think for other sides. So finally I conclude, internet is an unsafe place, and if you store secret information or your private information in any cloud storage or anything anywhere, if you think it is secret, then we are a fool for this. And the only way for secure is it should be stored on your brain, and should be more awareness should be created for people to make internet a safe place. Thank you.